when it just makes sense. It's your red-pilled brown girl searching for the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl when it just makes sense. It's your red-pilled brown girl getting to the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl.
It's your red-pilled brown girl.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Crystal. It's your red-pilled brown girl. Brown skin girl. That's me. How y'all doing today? Oh my gosh. So much going on. It is Tuesday. It's my very second time going live. I'm really enjoying this and be with you guys all week. It's March 26th, and of course you guys know that I am in Baltimore. So I'm in Baltimore County where that horrific accident happened. Oh my God, like have you guys heard about that? I mean, a cargo ship, apparently that was on its way to Sri Lanka, just slammed into this bridge, y'all, and it folded like a cheap fan. Like, I've never seen it looked like Legos. Did y'all see it? I mean, oh my God, like, I was so like sad. I was so like worried, like it was just so much. And I was like, oh my God. Ugh. And currently right now, I think they've only like rescued just a few people. I think it's like 3 people that they've rescued. There's been apparently like 7 cars that went into the water, and then they had crews and workers, and the water was cold. And y'all, my prayers are for my community. I've had so many family members like call me and, just kind of reach out, and I really appreciate that. I am not in that area, but we frequent that bridge. I live a little bit a ways away from it. It's in Dundalk, which is kind of like on the eastern kind of shore of Maryland, north like of Baltimore. And so they do like a lot of like just ship work and things like that out there. Tons of people. I do know people that told me that they could see it from their house and like sent like crazy pictures. You guys, the more I know about it, I will give my opinion right now. I'm just like, what was going on with the person that was driving the ship? Like, nobody knows anything. Oh God, I was talking to my daughter this morning, mind you, she's 7, and I shared it with her, and she was like, Mom, they must have fell asleep. Like, I mean, at the very least, right? Like, they fell asleep. God. Oh, prayers in Baltimore County, and we appreciate them. We really do. Okay, so let's get into this. It is a good day. It's always a good day when it is a win for our guy, DJ T. Yesterday was so annoying. I mean, like, you should just see the meltdown of the people at the oh my God, people, like, we got to make a whole bunch of memes. Where my meme people out there? Because when I say they were just going crazy, and I just kind of felt like, what did you think was going to happen? Okay, let's talk about this. Donald Trump is almost 80, right? Like, he's an older guy, right? Like, I don't like to call him old because, I mean, old is a state of mind, is what my mama always say. Like, my mom says aging is inevitable, but getting old is a choice. So I don't like to say that he's old. I don't think he's old. I think he's older. And that just kind of means that he is experienced. He has had everything thrown at him probably in life. We probably haven't even begun. Think about it. You are a person who, probably grew up, went to school, got a job. I mean, went to college, got a job. You work 9 to 5. You come home to a beautiful family. A nice, house, apartment, whatever. Like you eat chicken for dinner and, fish. I mean, like, you have the weekends off. You may go out somewhere or go to church. Like, that is like the general person's experience in life. And then you die. I know. It sounds so bad. It's not bad at all. Like, if you have chosen that path for yourself, then, like, great, right? This man, ever since he was little, he's been in real estate. And not just real estate, y'all. Not just real estate. Real estate in New York City. In New York. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. So in New York, it is a concrete jungle. Okay, like, so ever since he has been born, this is all he's known, right? So then he grows up and he becomes this huge, like, real estate mogul where he builds Trump Tower. At some point in his life, he goes completely bankrupt because he was almost $900 million in debt. Almost $1 billion in debt. Like, this has been his life, right? Trying to build trying to build towers in New York, trying to build hotels, In the meantime, he had a couple of wives. Like, he's in the press. He's in the media. Not only is he building real estate, like, he's also doing pageants and doing TV shows like The Apprentice, like doing movies. Like, he's like so into this stuff. So can you imagine how, like, complicated his life has been? Like, and I think, like, so when I think about him, I'm like, he is the person that is built for this. Like, really, we should not look at this as like, oh my God, woe is me. We should be looking at this like we are so grateful that it's him. Anybody else would have thrown in the towel and said, hey, you guys, you got it. Y'all don't want me to be president? Fine. I just want to go enjoy my life, the end of my life, enjoy my kids, enjoy my grandkids, enjoy. But this man has made a living off of the fight. I mean, the fight. It's almost like they picked the fight with the wrong person, because Trump is unbothered. Like, I see him walking into the court yesterday, you guys. My dude was like anybody else will probably be having their head hang down, like, just so frustrated, so irritated. Like, but he is so built for this. Every time I see him, I become a bigger fan. Like, I become a bigger fan. I do. And I think what they can't stand is that they cannot get to him. They can't get to him. They want to just jug him so bad. And so when he went into the court yesterday with Stormy Daniels, he would have liked, okay, so let's talk about the court cases that he's done. What they did is, you remember originally his bond for this financial frauds case was like almost $500,000, right? Like almost $500,000. And like, of course, the liberal media, oh, he doesn't have the money. Oh, really? When's the last time you've been on a jet? He doesn't have enough money. Oh, really? When's the last time your name was on a hotel in New York City? Clearly he has the money, but like anybody who delves in real estate, they have like a cash problem because all of their money is in their properties, right? So they wanted to try and seize the properties, and they had until yesterday to do it. Well, the judge ordered a reduction in the bond, and now the bond, I think, is like 140. Let's see what it's like. It's like 140 something, right? And so everybody's like upset. But what did you think in a democracy, like in a democratic institution. What did you think that happened? You cannot treat this man differently. You cannot. And that's what was happening. He had the highest bond in history. Now let's talk about the bonds in history. Do y'all remember the situation with Bernie Madoff? This man defrauded people for over $6 billion. Okay? Billion. Defrauded. Like, I remember when this was happening, like people were I just remember them like crying because people who were millionaires and billionaires had become like on welfare overnight because Bernie Madoff had taken everything that they had. So he let me see. Bernie Madoff, he his financial crimes was the largest, I think, in history, right? He schemed people out of billions of dollars. His Ponzi scheme, how much was it? His Ponzi scheme, let's see, how much money did how much money did he lose? So he lost $65 billion, $20 billion in cash and $65 billion in paper losses. $65 billion, y'all. You won't even be able to guess. You won't even be able to guess what his bond was. He had defrauded people, American people and other people, like I said, were devastated. His bond was $10 million. $10 million, y'all. $10 million. So you mean to tell me this man, Donald Trump, who hasn't defrauded any banks, the banks did appraisals, they still want to do business with him, they all got their money back, he overstated his income in order to obtain loans, whatever that means. Everybody overstates their income and the bank does a verification. You make his bond for almost $500,000. That's crazy. We can't live in a society like that, you guys. I don't care if he's a billionaire. You can't treat him like that. You can't treat him that vastly different. Speaking of which, let's go recently, because that was a while ago. People say, oh, well, that was back then. Now it's bad. Okay, Sam Bankman-Fried, the retarded dude. I know I shouldn't say retard. You know, my daughter said, Mom, don't say the word retard anymore. But I grew up in the 80s. That's what we call people that was slow. You retarded. We didn't say short bus. This man, Sam Bankman-Fried, y'all know him. Y'all know him. Weird looking dude. Hold on, let me show y'all a picture. He's so weird looking. He's so weird. Y'all, he is so weird. Okay, let me show y'all. Sam Bankman-Fried. Ooh. Oh, not Sam the barber. That dude. Yes, him. Y'all remember him? He used to be playing video games, looking retarded. I could call him retarded, because he is retarded. This dude is slow, okay? I don't care what nobody say. Don't get mad at me, but y'all know it's the truth. Anyway, this dude, Sam Bankman-Fried, he ended up... Hold on. He ended up... His bail, he's 32. He defrauded people for billions in cryptocurrency. So you remember FTX, he overstated the value, said that it was worth more than what it was. And same thing with Bernie Madoff. He $8 billion. So like $8 billion Sam Bankman-Fried like defrauded people. And his bail, how much was his bail? His bail was His bail was, let me tell you guys, his bond, $250 million. After he defrauded people, his bail was only $250 million. And somebody like Donald Trump, who hasn't defrauded anybody, nobody's lost any money, anything like that. Yeah, you hear people make all these like accusations, but there was no like major fraud where people lost money. And you make his bill almost $500,000, his bail, like that's just crazy. That's just crazy. So they were really treating him different, and there was two tier justice system, and I felt like I'm glad that they righted the wrong. So they dropped it to $175 million. So it was $454 million, and him trying to secure that was really, really difficult. So now it's $175 million, which he has the money, he has the cash, and they gave him time to get it done, which I was kind of like happy about, because I feel like our justice system has a credibility problem. Like, nobody trusts them. Like, nobody trusts these people because of some of the mistakes that they have made. And we need to be honest about it. So I'm glad that they actually did that. So now it's $175 million, which it shouldn't be anything because the man did no crime. There was no crime. Nobody lost any money and nothing got like hurt. And that really kind of pisses me off. And then the fact that they got this black woman, Letitia James, like, get a life. Tish, sis, get a life. Like, you are sitting up here salivating over somehow destroying his life. You're so like, oh my God, I'm gonna get Trump. He's too male, too pale, too stale. Y'all remember that? Too male, too pale, too stale. Get a life, sis. Start a business. Own something. Like, what are you sitting up here trying to take this man's hard-earned life, like, of acquiring these assets? Like, it's weird. It's really weird. And it's real hateration. I'm sorry, Tish. You sound like a hater. You look like a hater. You look like you just mad that it's not you. And then the people of New York, like, you guys need to really sit here and think. Y'all need to think like, okay, so we're going to get $175 million. Have you thought about how much it costs to prosecute this man? Have you thought about how much it cost to prosecute him? All the judges, all the courtrooms, all the bailiffs, all the security, all the details, all the press, everything to prosecute him for nothing. Where do you think that's coming from? Where that money coming from? You think the illegals are bringing it over in a bag of cash and going to somehow help y'all pay all that money off? They are wasting your tax dollars. Nothing, not a dime is coming out of Miss Tish. Nothing is coming out of her money. Okay? So they probably spent $175 million just prosecuting this man. Just prosecuting him. Her salary, research, banks, all kinds of investigations into him, like security detail for her. She ain't paying for it. Y'all, this is the crime. This is the crime. What we see happening here. Because, Tish, you could be helping out your city by getting rid of all of those illegals. How about you be prosecuting them and sending them back home? How about you do that? How about you help everyday struggling citizens get real jobs and good educations? How about you be working on the real crime? Like this is the problem, you guys. This is the problem, that we just cannot focus to save our lives. They got y'all focused on Donald Trump, who is a billionaire and ain't thinking about y'all. He laughing all the way to the True Social Bank. So the announcement of him and his reduction of bail or whatever is met with homeboy stock done went public for Truth Social. So he sold Truth Social, and now it's gone public, and it's worth about almost $4 billion. It increased Donald Trump's net worth up to like $6 billion. I'm not mad at it. Y'all. I'm not mad at it because what do you think was going to happen? Like, people don't understand that this is a fight with good versus evil, and good always prevails. It really does. Like, it does. Like, I knew at some point that he just was going to have wins. It doesn't matter with the losses. Like, of course you're going to have losses. But when you're doing the right thing and you know you're doing the right thing by the country, like, you're going to have wins. I mean, you just are. And so everybody was kind of talking about, do you remember like 2 years ago, they were talking about Truth Social and how it tanked. He's so used to this. He was so unfazed. Everybody was like, Truth Social sucks. It's gone down. It's not worth anything. Donald Trump is going to take a loss. He is so used to that, you guys. This is a guy whose mantra is don't quit. Like, hold on. This is the person that we're trying to play with. This is the person who we trying to like play with, y'all. Like, y'all, like, this is the guy that we are up against, or they are trying to fight. A guy who never quit. Hold on, let me see if I can get this for you guys. Let me see. I'm trying to get his never quit speech. I'm trying to go back. Y'all, sorry. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it right now. But yes, his mantra is never quit. Never quit. Never quit. So I just kind of feel like us trying to like fight him, you would think that they just would kind of get on board and be on his side. How many of you guys got a Truth Social account? I know I do. Because when Facebook start acting crazy and start acting stupid, you know they shady. Facebook is shady. Instagram is owned by Facebook, and Meta, they all shady. Truth Social is going to be where it's at. And Donald Trump hasn't really joined any other, like, he hasn't tweeted or anything because he believes in himself and believes in his product. So, y'all, this is going to be one to see. I am so excited for it. Anyway, congrats to him. If you want to see the stock on this New York Stock Exchange, guess what the stock exchange handle is? Guess what the letters are? DJT. So every time you buy a piece of stock, it's not truth. It's not TRU. It's DJT. I love that. I love that for him. Shout out to Donald Trump. That's my boy, y'all. I love him so much. Anyway, hoping that the whole thing with the Stormy Daniel, that case was heard yesterday, and basically they moved the hearing to April. He would have liked it a little later in the game, but they moved it to April. Stormy, get a life. Stormy, what is with these middle-aged miserable women? Like, y'all, come on. And I'm not no spring chicken, okay? Like, you know, I'm 40. I'm not a spring chicken. But like it seems like after like 50, y'all just ain't got nothing better to do. Find a man, enjoy your kids, enjoy your grandkids, go out for brunch, do your job, make the world a better place. What are you focusing on him? Stormy Daniels, girlfriend, you are a porn star that got paid, allegedly, paid off, allegedly. Do you want the ending of your life? How old is Stormy Daniels? How old is she? Y'all, how old is Stormy Daniels? Stormy Daniels' age. Lord help us. Heaven help us. Stormy Daniels. Y'all, she gotta be, I mean, like Donald Trump. Look, I mean, how old is she? How old is she? She's 45. Okay, so she's not that old. But she's at middle age, right? Move on, sis. Do you really want to be talking about who you slept with when you was young? Like, is that how you want to go out with your life? Like, are you, like, don't allow yourself to be used, sis. They are using you. If you got paid off, move on. Move on, walk it off. Say, hey, y'all not going to use my story. You're not going to embarrass my kids. You're not going to embarrass my family. I am at a different place in my life, and I'm not about to do this. This right here, I'm not about to do. Stormy, come on. Like we're moving on, okay? If he paid him, he probably paid her off because, like anybody, you're not proud of something that happened in your past and you just want to leave it alone. You just want to move on. So, Stormy, that's what you need to do, honey. Don't allow them to use you. You were a stripper and a porn star, and it's bad enough the whole world knows it, girlfriend. Move on. Move on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about sick of it. I'm about sick of it. Hold on, let me check the comments. Oh, thank you, Celeste, for praying for yes. Schmiegel, for real. Anyone else would have quit. Yes, absolutely. Like anybody else would have quit. I would have quit. I know I would have said, you know what, y'all just deal with y'all little communist. Y'all going down the communist road. Let me go enjoy my life. Absolutely. Absolutely. The highest bond in world history. Yeah, like they trying to play him, but you know, he's unbothered. So we'll see what happens with the Stormy Daniel case. I'm bored. Anybody else just bored with? It's like, this is a 45-year-old woman that slept with a rock star. Okay. Bye. Speaking of rock stars, y'all, Diddy. Are we, y'all, Diddy. What's going on with Diddy? Are we going to talk about Diddy? So, Diddy's home was raided, and rapper Diddy. Let's see what's going on with Diddy. So I got a lot of heat for this yesterday, you guys, because I'm really on the fence with this. I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling. Let's watch real quick.
We begin with breaking news. Federal agents moving in on the rapper Diddy's homes on both coasts.
Authorities on site in Los Angeles and the exclusive Star Island. And that is where we find local 10's Christina Vasquez with what we know so far. Christina.
And I am joining you live from Star Island. Take a look right outside the home of Sean Diddy Combs. And I want to direct your attention to what you're seeing left of frame to get a sense of how long we anticipate federal investigators to be here. So that light gray van you see on the left, that is the Command Control Center for Homeland Security Investigations. And in the driveway with the red and blue lights flashing, that is their forensics van. And as this is happening here here. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead up to Sky 10 so you can have an aerial view of what we've seen earlier today. As this action is happening here, we know from HSI Homeland Investigations that a similar action is happening outside of a home in Los Angeles for the hip hop artist. Now, Homeland Security Investigations simply saying that they are executing what they are calling law enforcement actions, and that this relates to Homeland Security Investigations New York being the lead on this, with HSI Miami and then HSI Los Angeles working with local law enforcement partners to execute such actions, saying further information will be provided, but as I showed you, it should take quite some time. It looks like they're going to be here for quite some time. All of this coming, you might remember, at a time when the hip-hop artist Sean Diddy Combs has been the subject of some civil suits. There was one filed in November. At last check, it was settled, but serious allegations related to sex trafficking and sexual assault. The relationship between that and these law enforcement actions we are seeing here is something that we are going to be exploring, and at this time, we just don't know. Meantime, I want to also take you some video that was shot by local 10 photojournalist Bob Palumbo. It's right when we arrived here, and you can see a big presence of law enforcement, and you're going to see exactly what that statement said. You're going to see members of HSI Miami, Homeland Security Investigations, working with Miami Beach Police, and I can tell you shortly after we arrived here and we saw them all gathering outside of the home is when they then entered the property, and they have been in there that entire time. Coming back out here live once again.
Y'all, okay. So I'm on a show called Poppin' Politics. Shout out to my girls. Poppin' Politics, follow them on YouTube. I'm struggling with this, you guys. I really am. I'm really upset at what we are now calling trafficking. That word, trafficking. It's really it's really morphed into something that I can't even describe anymore. So trafficking means to deal or trade in something illegal, right? So human trafficking. Human trafficking involves the use of force, fraud, or coercion to obtain some type of labor or commercial sex act. So that's the Homeland Security definition of trafficking. Force, fraud, or coercion. I hear that. You guys, please don't get mad at me. I am really struggling because I believe that there are a lot of people that are trafficked. There are people that are stolen. There are children that are stolen from parks. There are children that are stolen from malls. There are children that are stolen from their bedroom. There are children being stolen and taken at the border, taken from their family, never to be seen again. Small children. Y'all remember the milk carton? You remember the milk carton? Those children are really taken. You remember the movie Taken? The movie Taken, and the girl had just went out went out at a concert, and they told her that they were going to a party, and they literally took her and bound her mouth and took those girls. That breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. To even think about it hurts my gut. Like, those women being drugged up and made as sex slaves, essentially. Now, what's happening now is we are defining trafficking with women who are in the game. They in the game. They are in the game. And that is just the truth. These women are in video movies, getting their bills paid, getting to go on jets and trips. They are spending these dudes money like never before. And in exchange for the trips and the money and the drugs, they are having to do sex acts. Okay? That's a transaction, y'all. I'm sorry. I am having a hard time feeling bad for a chick like Cassie, who I've seen you on Diddy's arm, shorty. I've seen you in the award shows. I've seen you in the video. It's me and you. I've been waiting. I think I want to make a move now. Baby, tell me how you like it. Tell me if you like it. That was Cassie. Cassie was a rock star and a rock star's girlfriend. And now, after 10 years, she wants to say that she was somehow coerced or trafficked, or, oh my God, he gave me drugs and I had to perform sex acts for his friends. Like, at what point in time do you say, hey, I don't want this. I don't want this. This is not what I signed up for. I got to go. I'm not saying that there are not people that are mentally manipulated and, you know, yeah, all of that. That's subjective, you guys. That is not objective. Me saying, hey, I want to make some money. You're a pretty girl. And let's make some money together. I love you, but I think we can make some money if I shared you with other people. So I can get you to have sex with, you know, a lot of other people and we can make some money together. And the girl says, okay. Yeah, sure. Y'all, I'm having a hard time. I'm sorry. I know this sounds insensitive. I know it does. But I just... It sounds like you in the game to me. It sounds like you're in the game. Especially because I know so many people, like even Cat Williams. Cat Williams said, I had to turn down $50 million 3 times because I wanted to keep a virgin booty hole. That's what he said. He said, I had to turn it down. So if he had to turn it down, why should he... Like, why should they be able to take the $50 million and claim to be a victim? You get to take the money and be like, no, we're not doing that, y'all. No, in 2024, we got to tell the truth. And these chicks is in the game. Cassie, I'm sorry, girlfriend. Walk it off. You gotta take responsibility for what you allowed and what you accepted because you want to be with a rock star. You want to be with a rock star. And everybody's talking about his behavior and everybody knew. That's why I don't like when y'all talk about R. Kelly. Everybody knew. Everybody knew R. Kelly was with Aaliyah. Everybody knew that she was a child. Everybody did. I'm not saying that it's right. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's right. I think that it's awful. However, when do you take responsibility for allowing this to happen? When do the parents take responsibility for allowing this to happen? When does the government take responsibility? Nobody called the police. No one said, oh my God. We all deemed it socially acceptable because they were rock stars. And that's not right. It's not right. It's not right. Either it's wrong or it's not. Either you got to not accept the $50 million and don't get to ride on the bus or not. Y'all, prostitution and sex has been a commodity since the beginning of time. And once women figure out that, hey, I don't have to work, I don't have to be innovative, I don't have to do anything, all I have to do is be good with my mouth, my hands, and my body, they have chosen. That's not rape. They have chosen that. That's why I don't like when people talk about Andrew Tate. I really don't. Yeah, he was in the video business of where he had women and he showed them. He was in the video where they can make money and show their bodies, and he helped them do it. They were in business together, whatever. I don't know what you want to call it, but at no point in time did they say, hey, I don't want to do this, I don't like this. They took the money. You took the money, and now you want to call it trafficking. Well, what about all the people who are not getting paid, who are really slaves, the children at the border, who can't even speak because they're on drugs? They don't get to go to the Hollywood Awards show like Cassie. They don't get to fly on the jets. They're in construction zones. They're in trap houses, on drugs. You want to talk about trafficking? Don't talk to me about trafficking when you on a jet and you hanging on this dude's arm. Like, we're not about to do that. I'm sorry, Cassie. Walk it off, sis. Change your life. I understand you want a different life now. But there's no way that you're going to get me to side with it when I saw you for 10 years, buddy, all up in this dude's face, loving on him. You're responsible. I don't want to hear no secrets that you knew. Why are you coming out now? Why are you coming out now? Oh, she knows what he did. Okay. Why are you coming out now? It just seems like it seems like a game, and they're not taking the fact that people are really, truly humans that like trafficked. People are really hurt. So, I don't know. Y'all gonna eat me up for saying it, but it's just the truth. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the comments. I don't know what I pray that if there are true victims, that those victims are rescued. But I'm sorry, not interested in Cassie. I'm not interested. Sorry. Anywho, moving right along. So real quick, you guys, for the sake of time, I did want to talk about the RNC chair, ex-RNC chair, Ronna McRomney. That's what they be calling her, Ronna McRomney. Ronna McDaniel was on Meet the Press. And you guys, this is what I talk about when I talk about like females and like the disloyalty. Like oh my God, did y'all see her on Meet the Press? And she was talking about the January 6th defendants, and she was talking about because now she's gonna be a host. So they got her a deal to be a host on NBC. Everybody was all up in arms. But I think she's right where she belongs, where these fake conservatives, fake Republicans, fake whatever, like she's right where she belongs. Because the fact of the matter is that ever since she took over as the RNC chair, she sucked. Like, she hasn't been able to raise money. She has not been a Trump supporter. She has been horrible for the Republican Party. I mean, she just has, right? And so obviously she stepped down, and Laura Trump and some other dude took over, and very, very happy about that, and hopefully they'll do better. But instead of her going on Fox News or staying true to her conservative values, sis takes a deal at NBC. First of all, conservatives, NBC don't like us. Like, NBC don't like us. So she's just kind of telling, like, who she truly is. Like, because you take a job at NBC. Okay, fine. Uh-oh. Sorry. Yes, you take a job at NBC. Yeah. Okay, fine. So then, not only does she take a job at NBC, she goes on NBC and talks about her experience. Let me show you this Ronna McRomney. sorry. Let me put my cup over here. Elections. Now, she is representing. Let me tell you what she said. Not fraud. Here we go.
Right, well, let's talk about the election now. Donald Trump says one of his first acts, if he is reelected to a second term, would be, quote, to free those charged and convicted of crimes related to January 6th. Do you support that?
I want to be very clear. The violence that happened on January 6th is unacceptable. It doesn't represent our country. It certainly does not represent my party.
Violence.
We should not be attacking the Capitol. We should not be having violence. I said it that day. I put a statement out that day that this is not acceptable. If you attacked our Capitol and you've been convicted, then that should stay.
So then, but to the question though, do you disagree with Trump saying he's going to free those who've been charged?
I do not think people who committed violent acts on January 6th should be freed.
So you disagree with that? He's been saying that for months. Rana, why not speak out earlier? Why just speak out about that now?
When you're the RNC chair, you kind of take one for the whole team, right? Now I get to be a little bit more myself, right? This is what I believe. I don't think violence should be in our political discourse, Republican or Democrat. And I disagree with that. I agree with him on a whole host of other things. Let's close the border. Let's make sure we have...
Girl. I'm like, first of all, y'all, like, oh, God. First of all, if you are a MAGA Republican, you cannot call for the January 6th the January 6th hostages to be sent to jail. You can't. You can't. And she keeps saying that she represents the party, but this is what you get. This is what you get. All right, hold on. Let me show you this one. Let me show you this one. Oh, Lord. Sorry, you guys, about the ad. Sorry about the ad. I'm going to skip this as soon as I can.
Can you say, as you sit here today, did Joe Biden win the election fair and square?
He won. He's the legitimate
Did he win
president.
fair and square?
Fair and square, he won. It's certified. It's done. But I
Rana,
do think,
why
Kristen, let me just say something.
To say that, why
because
has it taken you until now to be able to say
I'm going to
that
push back a little because I do think it's fair to say there were problems in 2020. And to say that does not mean he's not the legitimate
But Rana,
president.
when you say that, it suggests that there was something wrong with the election. And you know that the election was the most heavily scrutinized. Chris Krebs said it was the most secure election in modern history.
Y'all. This woman is a joke. Like, can you just imagine like that she was over our election since 2018? Can you imagine if we had her? Trump would not be elected in 2016 if we had her. Like, seriously, you guys. Like, I cannot believe that she just flipped the script and disavowed a whole heap of MAGA Republicans. Like, how dare you, sis? Like, how dare you? And then you go on Meet the Press thinking that if you say these things that they're going to somehow accept you. And Chuck Todd still blasted you because disloyalty, nobody likes disloyalty, you guys. Nobody. I don't care. Nobody is happy when you flip the script all of a sudden. Like, nobody is. And so you thought that it was that you were somehow going to get the acceptance of these Democrats. Like, you think that you were going to be, accepted into open arms. These people are evil. They like evil. They they want you to bow, kiss the ring, also you can also they can kick you in the face. They want you to bow so they can kick you in the face. Rana, I can't believe you didn't know that. And then we pulled up her salary. She's only getting paid $300,000. So she got paid $300,000 to sell her soul to MS. At least when Jen Psaki goes, she doesn't go to Fox News. Jen Psaki you go to NBC where conservatives are not. She would have been better off like starting home podcasts or something. But you go to NBC and then force you to say that Joe Biden, that he won the election fair and square. And y'all know that is just not true. It's not true. It's not true. And you're not going to make us MAGA, you're not going to make us say it. I'm sorry. You can say whatever you want. You're not going to make us say it. Sorry. Not. So Rana, like, I'm so glad that she's gone. Like, and honestly, Vivek will forever go down in history as the savior of the RNC because of what he did. Like, seriously, like, because of what he did. Y'all remember this? Hold on. Like, look, hold on. I'm trying to get it. Y'all remember Vivek? Let me get to it. Vivek blast Rana. Y'all remember this? He will forever go down as a G for this. Vivek is the man. Hold on.
Why should you be the nominee? And Mr. Ramaswamy, let me turn to you. Please make your case. Why should you be the nominee and not the former president?
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer in the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. Yep. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you. Yes. And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party.
Yes!
Getting the Democrats...
Yes! Y'all, we got to just get used to it, okay? We got to get used to it. These people are playing chess and we playing checkers, okay? So we have got to get used to the fighters. We've got to get used to the fiery, like, just say it like it is, the Viveks, the Trumps, the Crystal Jenkins of the world. Like, we just got to say it like it is because they are not playing with our future and we're playing with our future. We just are assuming that, oh, they probably mean well. They just look at it differently. No, these people are selling our future down the toilet, okay? So if you have children, you should be completely offended. And so I am so glad that Vivek said it because it kind of started the ball rolling. It's like, yeah, we hadn't even thought about that. Like, you sitting up there and Vivek actually explained why he was so pissed off. He said before the debates, he had asked her in the back room and he said that she walked up to him and was like, hey, all giddy. And he was like, what happened yesterday? And she was like, what are you talking about? Like, it had not even registered to her that, yeah, my party's been losing and I suck and I'm over it. I'm over the RNC and we've been losing. Like, it didn't even register to her. And so I'm so glad that he called it out and I'm so glad that we made a different choice. So Rana, good luck and good riddance on MSNBC, on NBC, wherever you land up, girlfriend, because you are right where you deserve to be. Because MAGA even just regular Republicans, you guys, you don't want no punk like that running your RNC. Like, you'll never win. You'll never win. And I'm so glad, like, you guys, I'm so glad for all the people that are resigning, because we are going to get some strong people in there forever before. I assure you that it looks like chaos right now. I can assure you it looks like chaos right now. But if we do everything correctly, and if we go with our gut and listen to leadership, the leadership of people we trust, like President Trump, like Ron DeSantis, like Vivek Ramaswamy, like Matt Gaetz, if we listen to those types of people, we will be far better off than if we just keep riding this broken train down the tube. I mean, it's going to be really, really bad. So I am praying. That's all I have for today. I know it's a lot. I'm just praying, you guys, that the Republican Party, we get it together. Get it together. Get your life together. And once we do, I do believe that we'll be okay, because we stand on truth. Somebody said, Laura Trump will be better. Yes, Laura Trump, she will be fantastic. Absolutely. Thank goodness she's not RNC. Yes, we are done with Ronna McRomney. We're done with her. If Stormy was paid hush money, shouldn't she shut up? Exactly. Girl, get your money and sit down somewhere. Stop being used. Anyway, y'all my kind of people. Y'all get it. Y'all get me. I didn't get no comments on Diddy, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about the whole Diddy situation. Them girls ain't be in traffic, especially not that Cassie. Cassie is a rock star. She wanted to be a rock star. How Lil Wayne said she wanted to lick the rapper, so I let her lick the rapper. She said she wanted to lick the rapper, so I let her lick the rapper. That's Cassie, okay? Sorry, Cassie. I don't feel bad for you at all. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for listening, tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And until next time, peace.
When it just makes sense, it's your red-pilled brown girl searching for the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl. When it just makes sense, it's your red-pilled brown girl. Get into the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl.